If you haven't started estimating your walls yet, first take a look at the video called How to Estimate an External Wall. In that video, we show you how to estimate your first wall, including choosing a suitable specification. This video assumes that you've already estimated a wall and that you're looking to add an additional wall with the same specification as the one you've already estimated. You can add upper floor walls, gables and attic walls in this way. In this video, I'll show you how to find the wall components on the Project Explorer. I'll talk you through adding a wall with the same specification as one you've already estimated. I'll then show you how to rename the wall components on the Project Explorer. To add a wall with the same specification as a wall you've already estimated, you need to be in an individual wall component rather than the estimating calculator. To open a wall component, take a look at the Project Explorer. First locate the Walls External folder. You may need to click on the arrow to view the estimating calculators within the External Walls folder. For the wall I've estimated, the wall estimating calculator is the item marked Brick and Block Full Fill Cavity Wall Basic Thermal Performance. Estimating calculators appear in bold font and have a border around the icon. The item marked Wall 1 is the wall component. Components appear in normal font with no border around the icon. If you can't see any wall components in your estimating calculator, click on the arrow next to the estimating calculator. Click on the wall component with the specification you want for the new wall, in this case Wall 1, which is my ground floor walls. Once you're in a wall component, the Component tab appears at the top of the screen. From the Component tab, you can add a number of different components to the wall, including windows, doors, wall details, and of course additional walls. Click the Add Wall button. Note that this button is only available in wall components you've estimated directly, not those which have been drawn in the Drawing module. The Add Additional Wall component builder pops up. You'll notice that when you add a wall using the Add Wall button on the Component tab, you don't get the option of selecting a specification, as the specification is copied from the wall component you had open. Instead, the first screen asks you to select a configuration. In this example, we're assuming we've already estimated the ground floor walls, and this time we want to estimate the first floor walls. Note that there are also options to add regular triangular shaped gables, gables of any shape, and attic walls. Click on a configuration to select it, and then click Next. As I'm estimating an upper floor, there are no foundation and footing details to check, so I'm taken straight to the wall dimensions. If you were estimating a ground floor wall, you'd be given the opportunity to check the foundation and footing dimensions. Check and edit the wall dimensions as before. Remember, you can tab between the input boxes using the tab key on your keyboard. When you're entering the length of wall, you can estimate an individual wall or the entire perimeter of the building. In this example, I'm going to enter the total perimeter of the upper floor. For the wall height, select a height from the drop-down box. Alternatively, you can type a height into the drop-down box. Assuming there isn't another floor above the one you're estimating, the height of unfinished wall will be 0. Remember, if you're ever unsure what dimension BuildingWorks is asking for, take a look at the tech tip at the top of the screen. Once the wall dimensions are complete, click Next. Finally, BuildingWorks prompts you to enter the quantity of any sundry items you require for this new wall. As this example is a straightforward new build, I don't need any of these items, so I'm going to click Finish. BuildingWorks will open up the wall component you've just estimated, in this case the upper floor. You'll find yourself looking at the Dimensions and Linked Components tab of the new wall. To help you understand where you are in the software, take a look at the Project Explorer. The wall component you've just added and are currently looking at will be highlighted in blue on the Project Explorer. The wall component sits underneath the Wall Estimating Calculator. You can have multiple wall components within the estimating calculator if you've estimated multiple walls, as we've just done. The first floor wall component I've just added is labelled Wall 2. The ground floor wall is labelled Wall 1. It's a good idea to rename your components so that you can identify them easily. To rename a component, right-click on it, and then click Rename on the option which appears. In the dialog box which pops up, overtype the current name. I'm going to name this component First Floor, and then click OK. Now let's repeat this process for any other walls. Right-click on the component, click Rename, and then enter the new name of the component. Once you're done, click OK. You can now easily identify each wall component. In the Project Explorer, you can also find the footing and foundation components linked to any ground floor walls you've estimated. Find the folder called Footings and Foundations, Footings, and click the arrow next to it. Within this folder you'll see the footing estimating calculator, which was created when you estimated your ground floor wall. In this case, the estimating calculator is called Brick and 100mm block cavity footing. Click on the arrow next to the footing estimating calculator to open it. Here you'll find the footing component. Click on the footing component. Now you can check and edit the dimensions and specification of the footing. You can find and review the foundations in the same way. So there you have it. To add a wall with the same specification as one you've already estimated, take a shortcut and press the Add Wall button from within a wall component. Follow the Wall Component Builder to select a configuration and enter the dimensions of your wall. Select any sundry items you require. Once you've estimated the wall, have a play around with the Project Explorer, renaming the wall components by right-clicking on them and selecting the Rename option. Practice opening different wall components by expanding the estimating calculators and clicking on the components on the Project Explorer.